brothers and sisters, BNS, spectators, as far as English are them important, and this one is helping a great number of persons being connected with a great number of persons in the world. The one solution is English. English is the greatest, as I've said, English broadcasting method. English is helping a great number of persons knowing about more things in English. English is the one place that you can find persons debated, exchanging things related, English. What we have to do, just one.
Yes, thanks, my engineer, Jonathan Wanda. Thanks for all guys, people spread in Matadi, even out of Matadi. I'm very happy to be here again, just in front of you. As you can see, it is English broadcasting, in Matadi, Congo Central. We're so happy to spend this great time together, as far as, our channel is now in a national channel. We're so happy to spread and spend this great time together. We have a breast that you got these great opportunities for watching us. So thanks for watching this part. So I'm going first to say hello to those guys, just all televiewer. You like too much this show, this English broadcasting with Mr. God. We want to spend this amazing, wonderful time together with my guest. I like too much this, man, it is mine. We are sharing all of the time together. It is Mr. Raiden Lutete. It is a lawyer, what I'm saying, with again a teacher at OREP school. With him we want to spend this great time together. So let watching, and so I think that you're gonna get what you want first through this subject. So the subject is very simple. Can school solve Africans' problems? We got a lot of problems, but through these subjects, through this show, you're gonna get solutions based on what we have planned. Mr. Raiden?
Yeah, my dear.
Hello.
Hello, my friend.
Yeah, happy to be again with you, I'm saying.
And me too.
So hope that we want to spend this great time first. So how are you feeling again to join us today? I'm saying?
I'm very happy to join you for the time being. Since a long time it is done. More than 2 months, if my mind doesn't betray me, to be together with you, and I'm very, very happy and lucky to be invited to the wonderful topic you've got today. Because
yes.
We are obliged to save the coming generation by showing them a way, giving them some pieces of advice, and this is the nicest thing that we have to do for the time being.
Only show is already open to all English speakers.
Of course,
You're one of us. No?
I always encourage this one. Since we began with you, I always say encouragement toward you because of what you are doing, and what we wish you is success. Let's succeed, and we are going to follow your steps too. And I encourage you to continue because it's the best way to push people to try to do something about the colloquial language, which is English.
Yeah, Gary. Hope that you have mastering what my guest, Mr. Raiden Titi. As I was saying, he's an English teacher, at OREP school. With him, we want to come back with this nice and amazing subject. So, Guy, the subject is, can school solve African problems? First, why this subject today,
Yesterday was the resumption of school, and as we are teachers, we often have some subjects to deal with, and this is the best one, as it's the beginning to show what is the impact of this one in the society, which is Africa. The subject is very, very important to be dealt, because many people don't understand many things in Africa. In Africa, we always emotional, and sometimes when we are acting emotionally, it is not good. But we have to understand things and to think first about situations of our continent.
Yes, I think that it's very, very important to talk about this subject today, I think.
Of course, when we've got those kind of subjects, the learners or the coming generation must be saved through all these kind of topics to show them the way, because today, yes, we are, but tomorrow we won't be there and they are going to replace us.
Yeah.
And they must be aware of all what they are doing, because it's very, very important to show them the way in order to become very strong next.
The subject is very simple, Jonathan. We need the subjects so that can give ideas to all guys and to know. The subject is, can school solve African problems? So what kinds, so what does it mean first, school, according to you, about what we are talking today?
A school, it's the beginning. A school is a group of fish. When fishes are working together, that's when it's called a school. And the same term has been taken by those who are thinkers who would like to do something, and they created something. It means that it's a place where people should go together to have the same objective, but when you will finish, you can do your different things, but you must learn to be together. So people sometimes ignore and misunderstand the meaning of school. The meaning of school is just to work together, to think together, to act together, and to share life and love too. That is school.
Okay, in simple way.
Of course.
So I think that, I do like when I'm just in touch with my guest, the way of that, my guy is making, explanations about words. So it's very, very nice and very simple. So about what kinds of school are you talking today?
The schools we are talking about today is the school what is resumed yesterday. As we've got two kind of schools. After talking about trainings or training centers where we can also learn something, today we are talking about schools which are private school and public schools.
We are combining both.
Of course.
So I want you first to brief a bit, so we're gonna just move deep about what we have planned today. So I want to come back first to see my engineer, Jonathan. We want to take the first part of this show named Lesson 1. Here we used to present that can be different lessons, but today is about the use of conditional sentences. That part's named Lesson 1. Let's watch.
Grammatical structures in English that follow really clear rules, and the structure of conditional sentences is nice and clear, which makes it easier for you to feel confident about the way that you express your thoughts and your ideas when you speak. We use conditional sentences to explain what actually happens, what could happen, so a possible and likely outcome in the future. We talk about what we wish would happen, so imagining a different outcome for our present situation, and what might have happened. So thinking about a different outcome that happened in the past. Now, there are 4 types of conditional sentences. They're all really similar, but they're not the same. If I get sick, I go to the doctor. If I get sick, I will go to the doctor. If I got sick, I would go to the doctor. If I had been sick, I would have gone to the doctor. So let's talk about what is the same or what's similar about all of these sentences. They all use 2 clauses. There are 2 parts to each sentence, separated by a comma, and they all use the conjunction if. Just a little reminder that we use conjunctions in English to join 2 ideas together in one sentence. I ate an apple and 2 desserts. I like it, but I don't want it. I'll do it if you drive me to the cinema later. So all of these words are really, really tiny grammatical words, but they have an important function. They're connecting two ideas together. And conditional sentences all use if to join two ideas together. In all conditional sentences, we have an if clause and a result clause. So the if clause is the event or the situation that must happen in order for the other thing to happen. So the result can only happen if the if clause occurs. And that is why it's called a conditional sentence. A condition is something that you have to do or a situation that needs to exist in order for something else to happen. You can't get this without squeezing this. There is a really important relationship between these two things. One relies on the other. Now these sentences, they're all quite similar, but there are some really clear differences as well. I mean, check out the verbs. This is where the main difference between these conditional sentences are. It's all in the verbs. You can see it, right? And the meaning is different too. We use each type of sentence in a different situation. If you haven't already noticed, we have the zero conditional, the first conditional, the second conditional, the third conditional. And I'm going to go through each type of conditional sentence now, one by one. So let's get started with the zero conditional. And I recommend that you take some notes as we go through all of these examples. The zero conditional is called the factual conditional. If I get sick, I go to the doctor. And it's one of the easiest to remember because both clauses are in the present simple tense. We have the if clause with the present simple and then the present simple in the main result clause as well. So if this happens, then this is what happens. We use the zero conditional to talk about habits, facts, and truths. You can't argue about these things, right? With these things, we're not talking about possibility, it's fact. If you put ice in your drink, it melts. See, it's really simple. So I want you to practice by finishing this sentence for me. I want you to write your sentence in the comments so that I can check it. If I eat, remember present simple, present simple. Then we have the first conditional, which we use to talk about possible and likely future outcomes. If I get sick, I will go to the doctor. So it's possible that in the future I'll get sick. And if that occurs, I will probably go to the doctor. So we use if with the present simple and will with our verb infinitive. If it's hot tomorrow, I'll go for a swim at the beach. Now, am I sure that it will be hot tomorrow? No, but it is summertime here in Australia, and if it is hot, it's highly likely that I will go for a swim. If you join the Lingoda Language Sprint, you'll get lots of English speaking practice. So now it's your turn to finish a sentence. If we leave now, complete that sentence in the comments below. And feel free to also pause the video at any time and write your own conditional sentences down there for me to check. Now we have the second conditional, and we use it when we want to imagine that the present situation is different. So if I got sick, I would go to the doctor. This is a hypothetical situation, right? It's not real. Do I look sick? I'm not sick. I'm imagining that the present situation is different for some reason. I'm imagining.
Thanks, my engineer, for this part showing up with that was very simple. the lesson presenting here just for allow all guys, people, and learners to have some basic or notions and level about what we have presenting today. So I'm very happy to know. So you are a lot in this moment watching us and getting profit about what we have projecting and just showing up about the use of conditional sentence. You want to start first with the 0 parts. So I think that you have learned about what was projecting today. So I think that we're gonna continue maybe just next with another lesson. So let me just come back to remind all guys, televiewers, spread. So we are talking about can school solve African problems. We got a lot of problems today. So with my guest, Mr. Raiden Ntete, it is a teacher, an English teacher at Oreb School. So with him, we are trying to committing with this subject together. So Mr. Raiden, so we got many problems today. After talking about prophets and public school, then you are combining both. You know what I'm saying? So we got today a lot of problems that we are facing as African people. So can you what's each problems that school have to?
Yes, my brother, as you are saying, we have a lot of problems in Africa, but maybe I won't be able to quote all of them, but
Yeah,
some of them,
some.
you see, I always sum up them. The problem of African is thought,
Yes.
thoughts and social problems. We don't often think. When there is a situation, we should just think in order to look for solution. Sometimes when we want to think, we've got problems, we don't know where to start, and that is the facts. When we can see situations like social conditions, social problems have become the huge problem that we have to solve in our country. We need to copy things without thinking first the consequences about all those situations. Because before copying things, we must be aware of positive and negative ways or negative solutions about all situations. You can see, for example, today, the telephone, what the telephone is. When I use my phone, everybody needs to use the phone, but there are people who are getting a lot of materials or informations about them, and others are also having their own information
Using
which are
that
destroying them.
Yes.
That is the first problem we have in Africa. So what we should do before any situation, we have to think. And sometimes everything is political. That is another fact. When everything becomes political, it also brings some problems. Those problems are very difficult to be treated. Why? Because politics is another thing. People misunderstand everything that we borrowed from Western.
Yes.
When they say politics in another sense, Africa has got also its own politics. When you go in Western, they have got also their own politics. Their politics there is in order to solve problems of their populations. But in Africa, in order to keep power, their politics is when you go there, I must keep my power and I have to do everything. Reason why? You see all political coups which are happening in our continent. It shows you that things are not normal in our continent.
But those problems must be solved, after just citing some problems. So are you sure that, all problems must be solved, by, different schools, about what you're saying?
Yes, talking about schools, first we must know why did Western people create schools in our continent. The goal was in order to train people to go to serve in army. And in army how people behave. There is a commandment, an order. It means that from the school people must be disciplined. When you don't have any discipline, you can't do anything. The commandment is the best, is the first one due that was given to all those schools for training. And when you find someone from a school, you must say this one is really disciplined. But when Africa have vanished, Africans have vanished, they say no, now we need independencies.
Yes.
Independence is now, today we have become independent, but we don't know what to do. We are trying just to struggle ourselves in order to look for means to overcome
But
situations.
it is the same sense of that was creating school today. I think that is not longer for him. Is goal just for educating people. I'm saying? Yeah,
Of course, of course. Now, another problem is the people. The people who are educating, are they educated? Because we say that a good wife only gives what she has. And if she is not educated, is she going to educate her children? No. That is the facts. Those people who are training those learners, are they really educated? They are teaching, they are educating people in order to get something like money.
That means, while, just following exactly, but listening by exactly about what you are expressing. So that means our schools today has got many problems.
A lot of
A lot of
problems.
problems.
A lot of problems.
That might be changed.
Today you can observe yourselves the publication of results.
Okay.
It shows you there was something wrong and no one takes care. You see,
Such as?
even those who are,
Isn't they are saying about tools problems?
of course, these
Which
are the
problem?
correction people
You
who
got problems,
people who were correcting those have vanished. They say now we haven't been paid about what we should earn, and then we stopped correcting. And today you can see.
It isn't tools problem, I'm saying.
So something alike.
But we are waiting. That can be.
That
in
can-
a few minutes, so a
that's-
few days that they can just be published.
Of course. But when there is a problem, we have to think and to ask a question: why?
Okay.
And what can we do in order to overcome this situation? That is the problem of Africans.
It's a great problem. So we are not thinking of it. So you among teachers,
Of course.
among teachers,
Of
that
course.
means you are concerned
Of course.
about what they're saying.
Of course. I must be concerned, as you say. Sometimes I always thank or congratulate Mr. Rapi Kalulu about what he has done. Building such a school, having infrastructures
Even
like
though
this.
university,
I'm very
Oreb University.
yeah. Oreb University is there, and that school is
Yeah.
training learners.
Really.
You see the different quality
Yes.
from those learners. If a learner is intelligent, you will see, and a learner who is able to write, to speak.
that means such people must be support. Even just in our government. So in this moment that we got our governor, just Gibandu and all team behind. So I think that we need support to support that.
Of course, those
It's
people
what
must
you're
be
saying.
supported, but whose one is going to support him?
Yes.
Maybe teachers, we are doing our best, but those authorities of our country, what do? No. Our learners are able to go to study everywhere, and they are free. They will study freely because they are able to do what they
Don't
have
be
learned.
faint,
And
yes.
all things we are doing here, and for that we have to grade him, we have to thank him about what he has done, because you know yourself, we are putting all our competence from to those learners in order
Okay.
to help them to become responsible in their life. And I'm very, very happy to work in such schools, because that was one of a dream. One of a dream, English people were
This environment.
of course, because
Yeah.
the English people are always smart and they often think differently than others, So we
Though
have to-
himself just knows how to manage with the English matter, he can just use correctly.
no, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Mr. Happy Kalul is doing so.
Of course, of course. You see, learners are able to use the language like English. They are able to think in English. They are able to communicate with the natives before going to the
I thought
university.
that you're gonna say that though eating in English, no? Yeah, come on, guys.
Of course, of
Yeah,
course.
I thought that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, of course, because
All addressing in English. No?
it's the ancient time. You can see yourself. People to become fluent in English was difficult. We
Yes.
must go at the university.
Though today we got different schools, bilingual, just they are following Oreb school.
No,
you
that
know
is
what I'm saying?
the name.
Yeah.
The
Deepen-
form.
Deepen is not-
That
it's
that
not
is
like
the
that.
form, but
Yeah.
not the found,
Yes.
because we know them.
Yeah.
We know them. So they want to copy. This is what I'm saying. I often say people want to copy, but they without copying the found. They copy only the form.
Forms.
As everywhere we can find bilingual school,
Bilingual school.
and mine too becomes bilingual. But when you go deep,
It's not-
you know,
it's not the
that's
same.
ours. You know, yourself. Sometimes you often see on TV how learners are trying to make some broadcasts and so on. They're trying to defend all those
Yes,
that
yeah.
they have learned.
They are learning.
So it's very
I
important.
can just clap on you. Just
Thank you, my brother. Thank
yeah,
you.
come on. So I want you first to breathe a bit before going deep to talk about what we have played today. But these parts, just to going to answer about this question first.
Of course.
Can school solve African problems? So let me just come back to see first this guy. Jonathan, we want to take these parts. This is the second part, very simple. We allow all guys to have different accent of different people. That can be, just British and just American accent. So watching this part, that can be a theater movie, but today is a movie. Watching and get sounds 5 minutes and get 5 sentences. After that, send us. So we're gonna check. If you are correct, you're gonna get Jonathan the speech.
I'm okay. I got your text message this morning. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. I woke up feeling pretty terrible about how things happened last night, and I prayed about it, and I texted you.
Well, thanks again.
You are very welcome.
Listen, I did have an opportunity to speak with my colleagues, and so I will have some principals emailing you with information shortly.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Diana. It's much appreciated. I hope you have a great day.
You too, Ramon. Bye-bye.
Man, that ass was good.
Now, everything's gonna be fine, Diana. And I'm really sad everything didn't work out for you with the whole Zodiac love thing. Although, you do look like something did work out for you.
I do?
You do.
Okay, well, I have a little confession.
Okay.
It's SS time.
Sorrow sharing, sorrow sharing.
Wait, but this ain't gonna be another confession about Bruce, is it?
Oh, hell no.
Okay, well, tell us. Come on, sit down. Come on, Diana.
I need a moment. This is big for me.
She gonna milk this.
I know it.
You guys really want to know?
Yes.
Okay, fine. I slept with Ramon.
You a hoe. A good one though. No more 5 years a virgin.
I knew something was different about you.
Girls, oh my gosh, he hurt my stomach. Oh, it was like he was trying to break my back and choke me from the inside.
Oh, I love that feeling.
Oh,
Damn, he was acting like that?
Yes, girl, yes. And then I was like, hey, let's go for round 2. I want him to come back. Do you know that he took me to church talking about, we gotta respect your body and you can't do that. Nobody wants to hear all that after having some good sex.
You know they don't. But on the other hand, he might actually just be a good guy. Because a dog would have given you that round 2, waited for you to fall asleep, and then snuck on out.
Okay, when then Benji come on, roof.
You so bad.
Benji. Okay, I got another confession.
Girl, I don't know if I can take this.
This is so bad. I didn't change the sheets. I mean, he was sweating and smelling all good. His cologne just smelling all manly and breathing hard. It smells so good. I mean, y'all are married. I don't know when I'm gonna have another man in my bed.
Oh, we love it. Marinated man.
Marinated man, yes.
It's nasty and sad at the same time, but I dig it. I actually want to smell the sheets.
It's so nasty. They smell good though. Oh, girl, and I rode him like a champ.
Oh, show us.
It's good to see you again, Jonathan.
Good to see those too. Yeah. What's up?
I called you here because I wanted to apologize. When we first met, I was late. I didn't call or text. It was really inconsiderate of me.
Well, hey, all is forgiven. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just glad you changed your hair because that's working for you right there. And now, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is the picture. See, I went home after we met the last time, and I took the...
Strike one.
Come on now, you didn't call me over here just to apologize. You know you wanted to...
Yeah, the speech. Think that, all guys leaders. So you have mastering war, we have, just presenting today, just for gives, give you ideas and having different extent of different guys, people, English speakers. So you have, caps. So correctly, 5 sentences to send that through this number, cell phone number. We can see if that is correct so that you can get what we have planned as a gift. So I'm reminding all guys, so I'm with my guest, Mr. Raiden Lutete. He's my closing brother. He's an English teacher, at Oreb School. With him, we are trying to talk about this subject, can school solve African problems? So Raiden, can school solve those problems you have cite?
Yeah, by saying so, schools can solve all those problems, but the first problem is to become conscious, because with the conscience we can now start doing things good. Today,
we must be conscious, teachers or leaders.
yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, go Philip.
When we are teaching without failing, there is the first problem that make people to fail in all steps. 5 years today, okay? Now see the results. People could insult like they want. And something which is misunderstandable is that even everyone is able to accept all those kind of situations that are happening in the society, And sometimes when I'm seeing all those kind of things, they got me angry. And
which kinds of situation that people are accepting?
an adult could not insult in the public.
Inciting people.
Yeah, those bike drivers, see how they behave. But they from schools.
Okay.
They from schools. The school is a place of education, so people must be educated in the schools. But you see the reactions, the results. Solving those problems depends on people, and I can encourage the private schools who have got the goal. In private school, you can see people succeeding because, as you have said, our school is bilingual. Oreb School is bilingual. If people want to speak English, they must come to Oreb School. And when they come, they are trained in English. And you see the results, people are speaking English.
Yes.
You see. And the same English, they can speak now with natives. When they travel, they are now free. Okay?
They don't have problems.
It doesn't appear strange because now they are able to communicate, because English is for communication. But in other fields, after being trained, normally they must go to the ground, but there is no ground where they have to work. You see? Those who are at top, what they do, they take the children, knowing or not, they send them there. The problem of competence does not exist.
That we call today just umbrellas.
Of course.
Umbrellas.
That is Africa.
Phenomenal.
Without knowing that, we are killing the society.
It's a great problem.
We are killing the society for our coming generation. What will it be? The forest, it will become a jungle. And the jungle.
Yeah, I get it.
The consequences of the jungle. So it's very important to talk about this kind of matters, as you have said. So schools can solve those problems if just we become aware.
Okay.
If we plan the goals, because the problem is in Africa we don't have goals for our schools.
How can we just create a school, such as we got a lot of schools today, but they don't have a goals? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that can be possible.
Yeah, many people are creating schools and churches in order to earn something like money.
Okay, just for getting money.
For getting money.
Yeah.
They don't know they don't have any goal, any other goal than having any money,
Yes.
So that's one is really destroying all
It's
the
a, it's a
society.
great problem.
Of course,
Yes.
of course.
They are upsetting that in
course.
order to create those schools.
You know,
with the,
When I see
Great
all
stuff,
what
you know.
is happening in our school, I'm very happy because he created that school for one goal, is to educate, you see, and to bring learners in another level of visions.
yes.
And from that school, learners have got another vision. When they come, they notice that now
Yes.
I must have another vision, you see, in order to further the mind. And this is what is happening.
That must be done. Mzee.
That was a goal.
Yes.
Before creating, you must have a goal.
Yes.
When you don't have any goal, it becomes very difficult. And you won't know even anything that you have to do on the ground. When you have the goal, your perspectives is based on
That means
the
we
goal.
have to come back with they have to check the connections.
Yes. Before creating a school, for example, you can say that I will open my hospital one day.
But I think that they got goals. They got goals.
Yeah,
They get it.
of course.
Yeah.
I create the school because one day I will build my own hospital.
Yes.
In that school, I'm going to put scientific. And after school, I will create a university.
University.
Because after scientific, the learners will further the studies in medicine.
Mr. Happy Kalulu is
Of course.
just a
You
vision for
you
that,
see the
know what I'm
vision?
saying? Yes.
Can you see now the vision?
Yes. He got a vision, just after creating this Oreb school,
Yeah.
not directly,
The university.
University. Yes.
It means that those learners, after making the scientific, they will go to further their studies in medicine, and after medicine, they become doctors, physicians, and so
Yes.
on. They are going to work where? In my hospital.
Okay.
It means they must be well trained. You see,
Yes.
that is the goal. That's when you create the school, because
But,
everybody is doing it.
I don't think, I'm agree about what you say, what you're saying, you know what I'm saying, but just thinking at the same moment, so I think that is the same with the or televiewer that watching us. So
No,
how
that's-
can we just create a school without having a goal?
Of course, that is the problem. The
That
goal,
can be just bad goal,
no,
you know what I'm saying?
they can have a goal, but
That can be
which goal?
bad.
Which goal? Because Mr. Rapi Kalulu has created a school, and I have also to build a school. That is the goal they have.
Okay.
He's having a lot of money without knowing what he's doing with that
You are
money.
just,
They say money.
You are just backing just Mr. Rapi Kalulu in order because you are a teacher among teachers. in
because
Oreb
it
school.
means that I have to sustain that
Other
vision.
teachers can say, express the same, you know what I'm saying?
As a teacher, I know my goal.
Okay.
My goal is to educate the people,
Mhm.
to train them to become more than me.
Okay.
So we are like what we call, people often talk about that, what can I say? A charm man,
Mhm. Yes.
A ghost does not have anything, but he gives money. Okay?
Yes.
When we are talking about those kind of people, as we say, that expression of lingala, nganga zalaka na eloko te,
Yes.
me akomisaka bato banani bamvwandu. Do you understand? So a
Yes,
teacher,
I get it.
yeah, I'm a teacher.
Mhm.
But I'm training people to become ministers, governors, and so on. But I'm not a minister. How can a minister train
You are
another
just,
minister?
that means you are just as a canoe.
Of course.
Canoe that they're using to
Of course,
Work.
of course. We are showing them the way to succeed. For me, I succeeded to become a teacher. That is my success.
That means, I guess, Mr. Raven.
Yeah.
Yeah, that this guy, we know each other, The guy is defending Oreb school because the guy from there. Yeah, come on. So that means schools have to change,
The vision.
They have to arrange, though, to see how they have to caress
Of course.
the vision of doing things.
Yeah,
we
with the
want-
running of this century, you must
Yes.
you must be careful.
Yeah, I get it.
The running of this century is difficult to understand, and if you are not aware about others' life,
It's a great problem.
you will create a disorder
This,
because there is a huge space. That is a fact that is destroying all situations. We finding many problems of social problems.
yeah.
So,
Agada is a problem, so we are just we can't just going deep about just complaining about what
Can
we
I
have
add
planned.
something?
So yeah, just in a few minutes. You
Of
get
course,
it?
of
Yes, because we don't have too much time.
Corruption in a school. Can
Ask
you mind
Mr.
about?
House.
Can you mind about?
Yeah, Gary. You go.
Can you mind about corruption in schools? I don't want to go further or further. I want just to limit myself in sixth form state exams. Corruption spread all over the world. Do you know which
A
danger we are
visible-
running about?
That is a visible phenomenon today.
A visible phenomenon.
Okay.
You are teaching pupils, they are telling you, hey, mister, all what you are going to do here is
That we
nothing."
call today suivi. Suivi.
Of course,
Suivi.
of course. This is
Without
what they are
that, you know
saying.
what I'm saying?
And even parents can never claim about it.
Yes.
Can you see how the society is being killed by
Killed, yeah.
ourselves?
We're sorry for that. You know what I'm saying?
What they are waiting for is the success of the children, even though he's intelligent or no.
Weak or strong.
At all times, my brother.
Weak or strong, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Yeah, poor or not. So this is a great problem. So we are facing a bad time, so we have to stop by here. All guys, leaders, you know, televiewers, spread this is unleashed. We have to stop by here. So your last word for today in short. You know what I'm saying?
I greet all my learners, the former and the latest, and I greet also our promoter, Mr. Rapika Lulu, is the best man that we have to thank a lot.
Yes.
I greet all those who are watching or are watching us, as you know, all my students, fellows, as and mine, you know,
They get it.
Diansangu. I limit by that.
They get it. So yeah, thanks. I'm going to remind all guys, people spread in Matadi. This is a nice, you know, parts we have spent together with the my guest, Mr. Hayden Tete. It is an English teacher, you know, from its Oreb school, a bilingual, a unique, you know what I'm saying, bilingual school in Matadi, Congo Central province. So Oreb school, it is an English teacher there. With him, we have spent this great time together with this subject, can school solve African problems. So I think that you have kept what we have planned today about this subject. So let me just say hello to my boss, Happy Kalu, again, Mami Solange Kalu, all guys, Grace, Benny. I do greet and let me just say hello to my engineer, Jonathan Mwanda, René Dikone, Dan Nzawu, Kintawuzi Tonton. I'm going to say hello to my two chiefs, Emin Talani, again, Prince Nzawu. I do greet my wife, Sentish Pimba, again, my daughter, Gladness Yala. All just, you know, families, Kinkela biological family. So all teachers from Oreb school, all televiewers spread even out of Matadi. I do greet you. Thanks, Mr. for coming
Thank you.
today.
Thank you. All teachers, we greet you too.
Yes.
Of Oreb School, Mr. Mike and Chichi and
Yes.
others, Presta
Yeah.
and so on. So
All right.
let's
so,
meet tomorrow morning.
Yes, mine, Mr. Michael. So I'm very happy to greet you again, you know, from Kinshasa, you are. So I think that we're going to meet soon. I do greet my pastor, Josue Kokoma. So nice to be again today in this moment. Let's watch us next day back on Sunday, you know, from 8. God bless you. Thanks.
My dearest brothers and sisters, BNS, spectators, as far as English are them important, and this one is helping a great number of persons being connected with a great number of persons in the world. The one solution is English. English is the greatest, as I've said, English broadcasting Matadi. English is helping a great number of persons.